Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included on hard mode, trying to get all achievements. The last little while, I've been working on this little rocket here called Explorer's Rest. It's a little on the outside, but on the inside, we did melt a rocket wall and giving me lots of room to work in here. Last episode, I've been concentrating on more of the utilities. So we've got our hydrogen storage, our water storage, as well as petroleum, because we are going to have some jet suit access. We've got a cooling system and a deep freezer system. So with all of that, I'm going to make a plan. Let's just make sure we set hydrogen here and here. I haven't put in my drywalling, but actually, other than just this little section here, got things set as lower priority. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as a 5. Or I let the dupes go too far. I'm going to take a quick break, see if there's any changes I want to make before we kind of finalize this, and we'll get going. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I noticed one little mistake, which was we forgot a power connection. Oh, it's not power. Power connection right here. It's easy to fix this. All I need to do is destroy this one tile and then rebuild. I'm going to start off with trying to make sure I can make all the rooms. So we'll have a room in here for eating. I don't know if I've got, actually, I may need to take a moment to think about ornaments. We'll come back to that after. We'll want a barracks, of course. We need drywalling when we're in space for something to be considered a room. I guess we'll find out. I'd like to have a washroom, a barracks, place to eat, a nature reserve, which also forgot that we'll need some doors to be able to control, or form that, rather. Oh, I see. That was for sand storage, and that's for plastic. Let's lower those priorities. Focus over here. Now, I believe we have light access, at least during the daytime. But I do need, I believe, a light source in order for something to be considered a laboratory. So we're going to put that in place, even if it's not necessarily ever going to be on. Scooping in lots of hydrogen. Want to make sure I don't take all the hydrogen from the base. Let's look at... Oh, and we have perfect radiation protection, even at this location. That's thanks to this thick amount of water. Okay, so that's awesome news. I'm now going to disconnect that for a second. Let's give... Oh, I think that actually outputs heat. Okay, let's hold off on that. I want to make sure we've got... trapping gas starvation. Scientist, you're not hungry. You know what? I think I'm going to take a moment to get the, our 20th dupe. Alright, so we are just about to get our 20th dupe, which should actually give us an achievement. We're getting welder, figuring we need lots of building, so someone that is good with construction, operating, supply as well. Okay, let's just slow things down. First of all, I'll just acknowledge our achievement that we've gotten right off the bat. No place like clone. Have at least 20 living duplicates living in a colony at one time. The reason I was planning on getting a... Well, actually, I should have gotten a dupe a long time ago. I was saving the 20th for a bionic dupe, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 20 regular dupes and probably several, maybe even 6 bionics. Bionics is not going to be today. It's another time. But let's just focus on welder. Skill-wise. Oh, I've forgotten my skills for everyone. For all, okay, this may take just a second, but let's have a look. Artist. Okay, exosuit training. Prove. I could try mech eng, though I don't know that they're really gonna need that. Maybe someone else with critter ranching, an extra dupe that can help out with that assistant. I can see you are doing some grilling. Let's give you construction since that's one of your interests. You've got exosuit. All right, so that ups assistant astronaut. Let's move you towards rocket piloting too. In fact, Oh, we can get it right now. Nice. Baker. Don't know that we need to give the 2 dupes that are cooking anything, to be honest. Biologist. Prove your strength. Give you some better construction. Okay, that's as far as we can go anyway. Carpenter. I think we'll just leave that. How about we leave Shaft Courier? We've got Doctor. We've given, let's up. We actually haven't needed any medical equipment, but let's be prepared for that just in case. Let's also give a little bit more construction. We got exosuit, we've got our strength, so we'll give more construction. Engineer, I think we'll hold off on you. Farmer, maybe a little bit more construction. Mechanic. Let's just leave, we'll give them a bit more strength. Yeah, that would make sense. Miner, we'll give you demolition skill. Plumber, actually give plumber plumbing. That would kind of make sense, right? Let's see, scientist. Maybe more dupes that can do plumbing might be nice to have on hand. Demolition, I'm a little bit worried about that. May need to up morale just a little bit around base. Hold off on that. And welder. First thing, I'm going to give welder maybe a little bit of strength. Builder. Oh, you're hiding inside the rocket. Do you need anything at this point? Maybe another dupe just in case there's a little bit of granite. And a Bislite digging another dupe that'll dig through some of that stuff. Okay, I need to forget, or I need to remember rather. I should put welder in their own schedule, or with schedule with. It's a dupe down here, artist. Now, only thing is, maybe I will put welder up here and I'll put doctor down here. Just because I see their bonus at nighttime. Okay. Also notice that we're actually really low with this setup, though. New water is coming in. Let's don't worry about that. Let's focus on the rocket. Any progress? Let's check the rooms. Okay, so we've got a mess hall. We'll try to increase that. We've got a washroom, we've got a barracks, and we've got a laboratory. With all of that done then, why don't we close a few doors? I might save the nature reserve to something we do later, simply because I think we need to get gas in order for that to potentially work well. Oh, I will put that in place there though. Speed things up. So I would say that's a room. What is that pipe there? Oh yeah, we don't want to run the hydrogen generator obviously just yet until we actually have gas inside this area. And we also create a tile right there. So let's see, we've got drywalling. We've got power and piping. We don't have all the piping in. We have some of the piping in. Cooling line, which is essentially piping. So I'll be designing that here in just a moment. Okay, so I just finished a plan of putting drywalling all around the base. Got different designs for different rooms. Thinking about doing something crazy, which is leaving the dupes on their own for a short period of time, similar to like I did last time. Though this time I might actually be out of the room for just a couple of minutes. I'm not going to show the part where I'm away, but if something comes up and I pause it and do anything, I'll start recording again. Otherwise, we can just assume that this is just going to be simply drywalling everywhere. So there is one issue though, actually, maybe before I leave. I'm not sure if I forgot to put this in right here. That would have been a huge problem. I don't know if the dupes can build that without making one of those tiles disappear. Find out in a second. It's not looking like they can, so I'm just going to ask for that to be destroyed. Put that back in. Hopefully someone will build that tile. So the main rocket area, I've got this blue chip, dark area, and the sleeping area. And some of the others come to light. We'll look at that. Why? Whoa. A little bit concerned. I've been ignoring this dupe over here as well. I forgot about Explore. Water up here becoming very filled up. 2 important tiles to complete Explorer's project. Oh, of course, they would not manage to build that. Yeah, there we are. All right, well, with that, I'm going to leave them on their own for a bit, and I'll show you what happens when I come back. So I'm back. There still is some more tiling. The reason I'm back, though, is because I thought, you know what? One thing I'd like to get is a similar protection. We've done a little bit of bunker doors over here, but we ran out of steel for Explorer's project. Why don't we, first of all, I guess grab a little bit of dirt. Ask for a little bit more steel. Oh, steel. We're out of refined carbon. Okay, we can produce some down here. Try that again. Okay, so refined carbon being made in there. Let's up our steel order to 99. What are we doing for iron? Ask for a little bit of iron. I'd like, should have a note, 12 tons. So we're actually fine right now in a ton of glass. May need more glass. Where's our glass production? That's over here. Oh, and that's lower priority. Okay, let's transfer over some steel. We're going to be making more steel, so I figure it's okay to bring over everything. Get rid of our sweep only. I think that's set to bring up everything that comes in contact. All right, so there it... Oh, not 20 kilograms. 20 tons. 20 tons. Let's try this again. Oh, and I noticed some ag pickups not happening in those sections. Pips seem happy. After we've got that, then I'll bring over the glass. Pretty certain that over on this asteroid, we've got, yeah, very little steel. But we'll change that here. Have a quick look at the rocket. Some of the more tilings that have to be done around the end. It's probably a priority 1 that was left. Oh, there's our welder. Oh, did I see a door open that didn't need to be? Let's do that. Another one up there. And over here. Not that these ones are probably used a whole lot. Okay, it's taking the dupes a bit of time. Unless maybe... Oh, hold on. That's... Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that's all that... We don't have 20 tons of steel. So let's grab... I figure we'll send everything over because we're in the process of creating more. So the stuff that gets created down here, assistant currently working on that. That'll be steel that'll stay here. I may need some more steel in the rocket. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But anyways, we'll transfer some glass over. Then I'll get designing once that stuff has arrived. Okay, very small amount of glass in there. That looks a little bit better. That's a ton. Okay, let's dump that on the floor. So some of the glass should be picked up to be transferred over to the other asteroid. Once we've got enough of that over there, I'll start designing. Let's see if we're ready to move to the next point. We are not. But dupe's making progress. So there's steel coming in. Let me just add glass to see where we are on that. Actually, I don't need the glass yet. So with enough steel, I think I'm going to stop now. I'm going to start the design up here, and I'll be back, show you what I get. Okay, did not make it far at all. Apparently, that was not as... it takes a lot of steel to make bunker doors. So we'll just have to wait until we get more stuff, but at least this gives Explorer something to concentrate on down here. Currently on break, that's completely fine. Just wondering, oh no, we've got a few more tiles. Well, we've got that going in. Why don't we double check? I see hydrogen line still flowing. Before that gets too low, definitely would like to have that start running in here. I could best do this. Maybe have a temporary top-up line. Kind of like that. I'm assuming dupes are going to concentrate on the gas pipe as a higher priority. This door here is actually meant... Actually, there's two doors. This one here, actually, yeah, this is meant to be locked all the time. This one can be opened. Maybe we'll put another door here, though it's also meant to be locked. But maybe not while we're doing this construction. Okay, so bunker doors. We've got a bit more, so I'll see the first one is in. I'll do a bit more. Actually, you know what? It's not. First thing. Oh, that's not nice. Okay, maybe I need to zoom in a little bit more. Figure we'll just cover the sky to give protection first. And then I'll design everything underneath. Again, at least that's going to keep Explorer busy while they're waiting for their steel to complete that full project. I should see some... Okay. Oh, just door that is needing to be opened. And hydrogen that should be flowing. It is. Awesome. Oh, and we're... Yeah, no power yet, of course. Right. Right. Okay. I guess we'll just have to leave that alone for now. I might just take a quick break, and I'll be back, and hopefully by the time I'm back, the last few tiles... Actually, you know what? That's literally the last few tiles. Okay, so in my mind now, we got to get some oxygen in here. So I'll plan that out, as well as maybe some piping. Okay, it is time to call plumber up here because we've got a number of pipes. Just going to temporarily open some doors. It's not fully complete, and the reason for that is I kind of realized, oh, I left some water. I don't want water as my cooling line. I definitely don't want water to go into there. That's petroleum. Let's just double check. Water is meant to come out here. So if I get that to go like this, I think that will be all right. That will just put our water in our storage area. Now it's very important that I disconnect that once again. Disconnect, in fact, disconnect that right there. This is our petroleum line that's going to come in from the base in that direction. Double check, we've got that set. Oh, we do not. Oh, wow. Okay. Petroleum. So I will want to do an initial load of oxygen. The only thing that's meant to come into the rocket is hydrogen. That's not flowing. That must be the disconnect that I've done. Oh, I see. It's a little confused in the line. Let's just disconnect that. Figure that we've got enough hydrogen. We're going to be making hydrogen as we fly. More interested in oxygen. So why don't we prepare to load some oxygen in the rocket. Do that little section high priority. Let's go over to this rocket, or this asteroid. We have more steel. We do. Okay, so that is enough for oxygen to go up. So what I'll do is I'll put a disconnect on our hydrogen line. Inside the rocket, I'm going to disconnect this. Since it's a one-time load, not too worried about the fact that this is a cut. Let's make a priority of getting our vents in place so we can actually... the biggest thing I'm worried about with the drywall is, did I forget somewheres? And I guess this oxygen will be a good test to see whether we've got it all in place or not. Okay, so outside the rocket, I'm going to indicate that I want hydrogen to be brought up. So oxygen on the way up. Double check that that's actually going to be going into the right place. We actually could do initial load of our jets. We might as well, rather than load that in the load that inside the rocket using this pump over here, just to get us started. So do we have oxygen? We do. Okay, so oxygen levels going up. Oh yeah, we would probably have carbon dioxide from all the carbon dioxide that comes from their suits. Oh, there's welder. A little bit. I don't know why they're walking. Oh, you don't have a bed, welder. Well, you do, but you don't have the bed in the right location. Oh. Okay, I did not realize that we were out of beds. We could use this room, but we've got a shine bug. That's not cool. Let's kick the shine bug out. We'll get rid of this. A little worried that that might be necessary, but okay, luckily that's still on the water line. I think I'll just add 2 more cots in this little spot here. Okay, so the shine bug is out. Add a little bit more decor just because I think we have rare buffs still around. I guess technically maybe I could have left electrolyzer. Is there an issue with oxygen? I think we're fine. Oh yeah, 74 rare buffs. There's so how did we get that many of those? That's crazy. And let's assign... Actually, maybe what I should have done is tell the dupes the rocket is off limits. Okay, so welder's been assigned down there. Let's say this thing is grounded, so no one can actually use any of the facilities at the moment. They're not meant to. Oxygen still loading in. That includes... Okay, maybe we need power. Speaking of power, yeah, we'll do power after. Let's just get our piping done. So we've got a cooling line. A little bit worried about the heat up in this area, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit extra radiant pipe from there to there. That's hopefully going to keep both this guy and our electrolyzer cool. If that doesn't work out well, have to rework something. So I'm thinking polluted water or brine one or the other for our cooling line. Probably polluted water since it's close by to the rocket. Let's just disconnect that so we can actually get this in order. Otherwise, we don't have a fully connected cooling line going round. So this direction is meant to go up and out that way. That pipe we'll take out. This pipe down here we'll connect. Make sure that nothing's flow. Oh, whoa. Slow down. Okay. Outside the rocket. Am I? Oh, I am. I'm connecting water in. Gotta be careful then. That water is going through the filter. So that's actually fun. That's intended. It should actually pause there because it's out of power. That's completely fine. Okay. Maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another short break and hopefully come back with nothing exploding. Speaking of exploding. Oh, this will pause my game if the dupes complain about being hungry. Just random door that I don't think needs to be open anymore. Oh, what are you guys doing telling me? I think I need to change the error notification around their hunger levels. All right, I will hopefully come back without any interruptions such as that. Okay, so I'm back. I see that there is still some pipes left. I'm a little bit worried, though maybe we're okay with in terms of leak. How do we best do this? We are looking pretty good. A little bit low over here. Oh. We're not... Oh, I see it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I see it. That's not cool. What is happening here is I see that it's not a missing tile. It's actually the fact that gas is going here, which is fine. Going here to here to here, which is fine. It doesn't leak from here, but maybe it leaks from there. Maybe. At the top. There seems to be like this extra unbuildable area that is considered space. So I guess gas does leak here, but it doesn't leak there. In fact, I have a location right here that's showing that gas is not going out there, but... Oh, wait. What if I just did that? Am I doing the same? Oh, boom, that's going to be an easy fix. I think that's going to solve that situation, which is nice. So I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. All right, with that done, hopefully we will see oxygen levels kind of go up slowly. 1100, 12. Okay, I'm going to say that fix it. Okay, one little tile made all the difference. A few more pieces of pipe. More oxygen coming in. Oh, the other thing. We should send oxygen to the... Oh, I see. I'm going to disconnect this temporarily. Hopefully I remember to put that back in afterwards. Oh, and there's a tile that can't be built. I'll have to destroy this. So I'm thinking after this, we'll do power. And I don't think, even though the cooling system's not running, let's just look at the temperature. We should be fine. A little bit of a warm area around the petroleum. Kind of thought that might be the case. I think we can live with that. That might mean even more cooling. We do have some... Maybe just throw that right there just as a precaution. Okay, let's pick up this gold. Did we set the temperature? 22. Yes, that must have been last time. So after I move this, we'll do some power. Let's have a quick look over here. Are we okay, we are, I guess, completely out of steel. Lime being the issue, but that's actually more of the fact that this is a lower priority. You know what? Let's up this for a period of time. I could even leave the dupes to do some industrial work while I take another break. I'm always a little bit cautious about leaving them alone, but things seem to be stable to the point where I can actually leave the room for periods of time. Come back and not be horrified. Okay, so they've got that production going on. I think I'm going to take a little bit of time now to design the power system. And I'll show you what I've got with that. Okay, on to power. And I haven't done a whole lot of design because I kind of hit a bit of a problem. Let me show you what we have. We've got this heavy watt wire line up here, but then there's no great way to get it down here other than going through the main living area of the base. And I don't want to do that because heavy watt wire is so ugly. What I wish I had done is put that right there, but I decided, hey, let's throw in our hydrogen. That is unfortunate. There's no way for me to... Kind of curious, actually, about this. Would it be... Because eventually the hydrogen is going to be located there, and I'll be able to connect that. I just had a thought. And I don't know if it's going to work or not. But what if we did this on two sides? Would that be a thing? Would that be allowed? Oh, that actually has to be connected to the rocket itself? No. Yes. Not the glass. I didn't realize that. Okay, you can't build that off of the glass. It has to be the actual rocket tiles. Okay, that's interesting. But should be fine for our use case, I think. So if I build one of those there, and I build one of those up here, will that solve my problem? Maybe. Okay, knowing that, let me design something and just do this rearrangement and hopefully come up with something. Oh, we're also leaking gas. Better make that a 9. As soon as that's built, I'll do some... we're going to need transformer too. Oh, I forget about that. And a smart battery. Wonder if that's actually the location where I want that hydrogen generator. We'll question that right after that tile is built. Let's check the main base to make sure there's no fires or anything like that. Got work in here. How is our steel level? Got a few tons that we could bring over. Might have less dupes for construction just because I'm asking for industrial work. Oh, you are not starving. I'm you know what, I'm gonna pause it. I've got to lower that setting right now. Okay, let's go to my mod. Warning notification manager. This is probably the reason none of my dupes have died, because I get notified when there's problems. But it's being too noisy regarding food. Food is decayed. No, not decayed. Made a mess. Plants have died. Radiation, scalding. Starvation notification. Let's bring that up. I'll aim for about, let's go a little bit, maybe 250. 2501, sure. Okay, let's see if that higher notification will be less noisy for us. I decided I am going to move the hydrogen generator. We're going to put a smart battery right here. I'm going to put the hydrogen generator right next to that. Technically, there's not enough room. Well, I say there's not enough room for a second. I don't know if I need a second. Actually, there would be if I filled that tile in. So maybe if we did that type of thing. I'm thinking between this solar and a single hydrogen generator, it hopefully will be enough. I don't know if I need 1 or 2 transformers. Let's put in 2. It's going to be a bit of an issue. So we'll do this type of thing like that. And that. Maybe that was a sign I didn't need to have that to extend it. Oh, right. And I forgot. This whole crazy fact of needing 2 of these. Maybe this electrolyzer will be part of the heavy watt wire line after all. Make it conductive. Switching to aluminum since we're low on gold. This is showing as white. That's a good sign. I'm gonna have to change this door to be a conductive panel. Made out of aluminum, I guess. Okay, that's technically a hole, so I'm going to pause it briefly. Switch to aluminum. Tell the dupes that's your urgent task, otherwise we're wasting oxygen. Now for power. Actually, before I do that, I should put in my lighting because that'll show me, that'll light up what I need to do with respect to that, but I'll put in, okay, switch to aluminum, that much at least. There's going to be a bit of heat from here. I don't know if I've actually considered that. Looks like I have not. So I'm going to put that part of the cooling line going down and then up. Take out that little section. Trying to think, what are the things that could go wrong? All right, I'm going to pause it quick to design some lighting. So, oops, there is my power design. Essentially running off of 2 transformers. We'll have automated lights here, 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 here. As well as, in the eating area down there. So we'll be powering everything from our telescope to all these jet suits. I guess this is going to be the most expensive building. It won't be running terribly often, I don't expect. Probably should have a reed fiber storage. That's actually going to be important before we take off on our first real mission. Nor have I put in an auto sweeper. Not that it's needed, but why not? Not using this little section of the room for anything at the moment anyway. Oh. Okay, that will still work right there. But that will also need power. Not difficult to do. Did we get that steel? Yeah, some. Okay, so as we get power, trying to think what we could do. I would like to load in some waste. Fluid water, that is. I'm just trying to think. I could actually get that to go load from this itself. Maybe that's actually going to be good enough. That's what I'm thinking. Instead of bothering to load in polluted water. This is our polluted water line. And we'll just have that kind of top up this at priority. Okay, so that should take care of that. As long as we don't need cooling right. Ooh, I think... Okay, that had me concerned, but I think that's actually fine. Let's get some water in there. Now it's being disabled, probably because this is... Oh! I think I've discovered an issue. I did design this wrong. We don't have an alternate flow. Shoot. What I wish I had was that there. And that right there. Oh my goodness. All right. Shoot. Okay. What to do about this mess? If I go in there, I'm going to disrupt the vacuum. Goodness. All right. I will think for a bit. Okay, so we've got a patch up mission. I'm thinking if we put a little bit of petroleum there, we will need to take a tile right there. And another one right there. Let's empty this. Oh, artist must be doing some artwork. That didn't get emptied quick enough. Is that going to be going down? I don't want that to go down towards this machinery, so to redo this just briefly. I'm going to go back and lower this back down to a 4. So that can be an idle task type of deal. So that we can concentrate on getting this rocket done. Because I want this done today. I want to be up in the air. I might also prepare. You know what? No, let's not try to do too many things at once. I was thinking about the up-pip. We'll do that after. Okay, so now if I destroy this, we're not going to disrupt the vacuum. We might get a little bit carbon dioxide in there because they're suits. There's a chance. That would be so annoying if that happens. We'll see what happens luck-wise here. In and out, in and out. And you've got a vacuum. And the hydrogen's able to flow once again. Actually, we're technically exposed to a vacuum. So, oh yeah, even if we had a little bit of carbon dioxide, it wouldn't even matter. Because it would have just leaked out right at this location. Are you telling me you're hungry? Oh, maybe I have to up my settings even higher. So we don't have power. Oh yeah, of course we don't have power. I've disrupted the line. Okay, I've got to remember to reconstruct. Oh, that not in not just that, but those 3 places. Let's make that high priority. Do a bit of a mop up. What do I need to re-establish? We need to put this back. In case we need cooling, which we will eventually. There's the hydrogen pump. And make that out of steel just to be safe. Oh, a little bit of carbon dioxide. Oh, that means we'll get a little bit carbon dioxide in here. Ah, okay, that's annoying. Let's disconnect. For now, I'll destroy that. But yeah, I forgot with their little jet suits, there is a chance of having this pump exposed to carbon dioxide. Okay, let's just get this built, and then I'll have to think about what to do with that. Honestly, I don't know. And there's this little tile here. Technically, we don't need that either, but I think I'm just going to leave that one alone. The gas issue. This I think would be less of an issue once we get hydrogen stored up there, but it's going to be a good while, till we make it to that point. What do I do about that? In fact, I want to make sure the jet suit... that's also technically wrong, isn't it? We need some way to actually block the dupes. Okay. Carbon dioxide. And what about up here? I don't think we're going to have to worry about carbon dioxide up here. Maybe I've just built that pump in a bad place. What about this? I know that the suits are going to be worn in this little zone here, which means we may get carbon dioxide. The dupes also exhale carbon dioxide. Thinking if I put a pump here for oxygen, the issue would be it'll have some hydrogen, but will it... Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually pause and just try to work this out in my head. I'll come back and share my thoughts. So we have some gas issues to work through. I'm thinking it is safer to pump up here. A little bit nervous of how this will work out, but we'll give it a test. Also noticing that the gas line for oxygen currently filled up. That's not intended to be oxygen for the future. So how about we disconnect that little section? So we got our initial load of oxygen. At least that's something. Wait for the dupes to destroy a few of those. Okay, now that that's backed off, let me disconnect that. And we'll have that. If I have any hydrogen from the future, that'll be our hydrogen loading line. Maybe get rid of that little line. So I'm going to keep this electrolyzer there. Just for oxygen levels. Okay, let's think. I will want to have something along this line. So that's going to be our hydrogen. And this is going to be oxygen. Also do that type of thing, I suppose. Makes sense. I don't know if we need the vents anymore. We'll go without them. If they're needed, you can always put them back in. You can always disable them, but okay, so that would provide oxygen for the suits. Just to destroy that, just because technically it's not needed for unless we're gonna have those. Power. So, night. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm hoping that was just some initial oxygen. I don't see any more in there. Okay, that somehow got through. Let's check down here. Has temperatures... Oh, we need hydrogen. Oh. How am I going to get a little bit of hydrogen? I never thought about that. Okay. Come back to that in a second. There's some gas issues to work through, just like I said. Okay, so most of the power is... Oh, no. Technically, there's more power work that needs to be done over there, isn't there? Okay, we'll put that as maybe 90. Or even 80 with solar being the alternate. Okay, now that we've got that, let's connect that to there. So this should give us... Oh, and we might as well connect that to the heavy watt wire line since it's so close. Set this for some oxygen. So that will get a bunch of hydrogen. The nice thing, because the hydrogen line is in an infinite storage, that will never get backed up. But once the oxygen is backed up, that pump will turn off, which is completely fine because we have a separate pump for hydrogen if we need the one to run just for that. Okay, what check quickly over here. See that Explorer has done a good job at protecting the top of their base. Let's get them to keep going a little bit further. Okay, let's have a look. Is this... That's taking in oxygen. Oh, now I wonder if I should have actually... Oh, that's fine. Actually, this is perfect because this will allow me to test this out. I was just wondering if I should have just not disconnected the oxygen line just yet, but what about the cooling line? Oh, the cooling line, we're waiting for some polluted water. I might invite the dupes to use the washroom up here, actually. That way we'll get some polluted water. And we can test that out. We don't have any process of sending gas in. Okay. Well then, with all this, artist working on that last little section, I'm realizing now I need to put some hydrogen in here. And I need to make a quick little plan. think I'm going to fix this in a very similar way to how I fixed going in here. We're going to put some liquid, in this case petroleum, since it's close by. Create a tile here and here, so we do have to destroy a few things. Okay, with that petroleum, let's empty that. Okay, with that emptied, let's create a tile. We need a tile. Oh, why can't I build that? I think I can. It's just indicating that I'm going to override something, right? And we need something up there too. So these are the two tiles we need to get this done. Okay, with that, let's destroy that. Technically, we don't actually need this tile here, assuming this liquid doesn't fall out of place. And maybe take this out. We'll put in a vent. Do a high pressure vent. Okay, waiting for that to be destroyed. But, oh, that's gonna be annoying. Ah, yeah, forgot. That's a vacuum when it's not. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. This probably is not. I'll try. I'll try something here. Oh, it might. It might. It might. It might. In my head, this works. But we will need to top up more hydrogen than that. So we're gonna have to have a line, even if it's a temporary line, just to take in more hydrogen. Like so. So that should leak hydrogen right here. It won't escape because of this little bit of petroleum. And if I build a tile here afterwards, that should push, in my mind at least, the hydrogen down. Okay, so that is going to go, but we have our, oh, carbon dioxide. Oh, yeah, and I'm seeing a little, oh, because at the moment, right now, the dupes are flying up here with their suits. So they're, even though in the future, I might need to enable this and get the dupes to no longer wear their jet suits and expose carbon dioxide. Okay, that's never even considered that. Okay, that's unfortunate. I don't want that to go in here, which already have a piece. That's frustrating. If there's any chance of getting that out this way, or I'll have to destroy it. Oh, stop. Okay, we'll see if our plumbing skills are... Oh, yeah, maybe. Another piece of carbon dioxide, frustratingly. And dupes, they should be able to get through. Now they're just... Oh, right. That's not going to work unless we lock the door. Okay. Let's reconnect that. Reconnect all of this. See if there's any carbon dioxide in line. We've got some carbon dioxide down here. It did escape. That is frustrating, but maybe the easiest thing to do is... What is the easiest thing to do? Just destroy that. Let it leak out in a vacuum. Carbon dioxide levels. Yeah, and then switching to hydrogen. This will leak some of our hydrogen that we were collecting, but we've got no real short. Okay, keep an eye on this. There was another piece somewhere else. See you, carbon dioxide. I see you. Oh, and I guess it would also super help if we actually had water flow. And why do we not have... Oh, because I disabled that at one point. So I was like, I don't want water to leak. Okay. This is going to help too. This is going to help big time. Because this is going to send actual oxygen into the air. And we've got tubes that are trapped. Let's do that. All right, back down here. Let's just move that out of the way just because. We've got lots of carbon dioxide. Okay, or not carbon dioxide, hydrogen right there. We've got our carbon skimmer running. This should actually produce polluted water. Okay, and let me just grab a single tile. Insulation stuffs right there. Doing some plumbing, Baker. Good work. Get rid of that little bit of carbon dioxide, though I don't know that we need the hydrogen anymore, to be honest. Oh, they're just running forever. Oh, I didn't know they did do that. Okay. Never seen that happen before, actually. I just want to get that out if we can. Building insulation tile. Won't you switch to moving material? Or you just won't. I guess I could have got that out with the auto sweeper afterwards. Oh well. Okay, so we have our cooling system. Is that actually cooling at all? It's only been running. Polluted water probably having being added at that location. Still being alerted to dupes being hungry. Yeah, now let's put this right there. Actually, we'll switch the type. Not that it really matters. Oh, and the polluted water line is not actually connected. Out of the washroom anyways, that is. That is meant to go here, right? Yeah. Guess so. Maybe I'll do that type of thing. Okay, nearly there, nearly there. I'm going to start to think about the pip implanting. So I want to trap a pip in what will be our nature reserve. Do that, that, and that. Can no one get here? Definitely someone can get there. Welder, doing the insulation. Okay. So we get tons of hydrogen. Now we got a ridiculous amount of hydrogen. That is awesome. Temperature is cool and going down now that our cooling system is going round. Okay, fantastic. Let's put that there and put that there. We'll need to rebuild. We won't actually have access to the fridge unless we have the auto sweeper. We had an alarm, I think, too. Let's go grab a pip or two. I think I can just directly click that, send them there. Bring in a second one. Up the priority of that. I'm going to take a moment to try and decide what type of plant I should have on our... Oh, you know what? An oxyfern. That actually might limit the amount of the carbon skimmer it would run. I just don't know the temperature range. It also... I think it's still a nature reserve even if the plant's not alive. There's no point in actually planting one unless it has a decent 0 to 40. That should actually be pretty good. Question is, how many oxyferns do I have? 14. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. On this asteroid, there should be a bunch. Let's check in here. So I need to reestablish this guy. Make this out of steel just because. Little notification alarm right down there. Double check that actually had. Oh no, that's not right. That's not good. How did I have that set up before? Oh, okay. Shoot, I did not have that in the right place. So that was never going to work. Unless I put it right there, which would also be fine. Would need to get rid of that ladder. So many subtle things. You can be off by one tile and completely missing things. Okay, let's do... Connect that. Maybe down that way instead then. We've got our pip. Let's put in some 4 oxyferns. So those plants should be happy down there. I would think with all the carbon dioxide that there's probably going to be over time. Check our cooling line. It's taking a little bit of time for that to go through. A little bit nervous whether that's going to actually load quick enough, to be honest. I'll consider maybe adding more polluted water from outside. Okay, so we've got that. So that will allow those pips, realizing I would need something to block them from planting on that far left one. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Let's do the polluted water. Okay, in order to do that safely, let's start with the rocket first. I don't want polluted water to go this direction. Instead, I want it to go out like that. Check the outside area. Polluted water not far away. Want to be very careful about this. We've got, of course, we have a disconnection, so actually we should be fine now. So I'm going to ask for that to be brought into there. That's going to steal from our cooling line, but that's okay. Be able to top that up. It's looking a little warm in here. We've got our 2 of these oxyferns planted. Good work, pips. I'm going to set this to automatic repair of these. This was meant for reed fiber. We can I don't know how much reed fiber we have. Probably have a ridiculous amount. 1,000. Yeah, we do. We have a ridiculous amount thanks to all our Drecos. But I will ask for a full 20 tons worth to be brought in. Oh, okay, good work, pips. So right now, we don't have a nature reserve. 42. Oh, is that big enough? Oh, ooh. Never considered if that was big enough. A nature reserve needs to be 32. And what was the size again? 40. Okay, so that's not the issue. Oh, a park sign. It's the park sign that's missing. I was like, what is going on? Just throw that there in the central area. And that should produce a park. Our polluted water line is now running, so it's topping up. So we're getting even more cooling as this thing runs. So that's a little bit more effective. Let's see if that's actually... Okay. I can see a little bit of heat up here. So what I'm going to do, taking note of that, let's use a little bit of aluminum across that way. Area in here has become exceptionally hot, though fortunately we've got the steam turbine, and I can check now that there's water that comes out of that. I think we are I was going to say should be ready. Maybe I will design some of the work for Explorer to do on this side. Okay, so more work for Explorer to do. they're going to do some mining equipment, cooling, some power. We're out of our steel. So I'll have to send some more over on this asteroid. Building a pipe for carbon monoxide to come up. We'll want to do a quick test to end the day. Notice that we got a mix of liquid in there. There's some things to fix in that room, but let's not worry about that now. Inside here, I guess some of these doors can now be opened up. We could also do a little decor. I may not finish with the decor today, to be honest. That may be another day's thing, but I'm going to look for the problems that may exist. Anyway, this setup seems to be working. Dupes going in and out with suits. Now, at this point, only 4 dupes can come in at a time. I don't think it's going to be a huge problem, though. Assuming that is just... Yeah, that was just me reconnecting that. Okay, so our polluted water line. We've got some excess. Oh, I know. Let's address that. So let me disconnect. Actually, you know what? Kind of like to empty that line. Empty this line. So why don't we do this? Come back into the rocket. So that actually is no longer needed, assuming that we're not going to lose any polluted water. Actually, we could keep it. And it wouldn't hurt, right? Let's reverse this. Send our polluted water down, adding water in, putting that into our infinite storage. That's kind of testing out this system, so that's good. Did we ever get our reed fiber? Oh. That actually took that amount. Okay, I guess it makes sense. That's light stuff, but that leaves no reed fiber over here. That probably was a mistake, though we should be getting more reed fiber over time. So, oh, that's not 2,000, it's 20,000. Oh, I see. I see what I did. I'll have that as 500. Nope. 500. So that's in excess right now. And I'm assuming we should be okay because there is plenty. Yeah, in fact, there is a single piece of reed fiber being produced within the base itself. Oh, spigot pop. Let's take you up to this area here. Our carbon monoxide line being worked on. Okay, I think we can get rid of that. This is how I'm wanting this. This is kind of how I'm envisioning this. Once the oxygen line is filled, then that backs off essentially. And if it has hydrogen, it can deal with hydrogen. That may even make this pump not even as much necessary. The oxygen level, not the super best at the bottom to be. I'm kind of glad we have the oxyferns. They're going to help a little bit. I may need to put a vent down in this area. We'll see. We'll see over time. We'll take the carbon. Yeah, let's just leave the carbon dioxide. It's not going to hurt anything at the moment. I will need a way to get food into my deep freezer. Oh, I missed that. Completely forgot about that. All right. I'm going to have to do some thinking then. Oh, the fun this game is. All right. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to open some liquid here. This is going to be the actual location for the top of this. Yeah, so that is... Okay, someone needs to empty this for us. Dupes, please. Somebody. There we go. All right, with that... How much hydrogen are we going to lose in the process? I'm curious. Okay, not doesn't look too bad. What I need is a conveyor chute right there. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think I'm getting overtired. All right, it's been a long day. I already have one. It's just probably the fact that I don't have the rail going. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's actually better. I just need to wake up for the okay, and I'm doing it, trying to thinking of doing a test mission. I wonder if I should wait the next time to do a test. I think I'm going to do a test today though. Okay, I asked for some hydrogen piping to come back in because I thought it would be needed, but maybe it's not. Still need to have a way of having this loaded in. I think that I think that type of system will work. We'll need some power, obviously. Maybe we'll do wrap around like that for that. Actually, if we're gonna need to have one of these guys put that back in place. Okay, muck that up. That's all right. That's all right. That goes there. Let's put our warning system. Notification right there. No need to have that. Oh, don't want to keep that there. Okay, so the way that I think this is going to work in my head, and we'll try loading in some. In fact, we're going to do a test mission out in space. It's going to be interesting. Has the rocket? Okay, the rocket has cooled down, so that's some good news. It almost seems like we're getting liquid that's a little too cool, but I think that's going to work itself out. Maybe I will try 23 instead. Let's mop that little section up. Now, I was planning frost burgers because that would give radiation protection, but we actually dealt with that right in the beginning of this. We don't have radiation to worry about. But I'm going to bring frost burgers anyways, since there's also the stress reduction factor. So when they're on space, they don't have to worry about that. And if they do, we do have this. I guess that was the reason of having that. Oh, you can't build a door. There's... Okay. Fair enough. Take that out. Take that out. Might as well just put in the last little fire pole right there. Are we ready to go out in space? We're not going to go far. Mostly, I just want to get orbital data collection happening. But we've got our jet suits that can be topped up if we need to. We should have water in the line. Polluted water not making its way out here. Why? Why is that? It's being backed up. Oh. Oh, right. Actually, I don't know why that was. Okay, so that should not have been that way. Let's... You know what? Let's just take that out. I can always rebuild that if I think I need to top up the polluted water. We'll assume we're okay with that. I gotta disconnect that. If I want more petroleum. In fact, why don't we start loading in more petroleum? Wouldn't hurt. That or water. I think we're in more need of water, but we didn't get a notification. True signal. Oh, it's going through this little buffer. And eventually will warn us. Okay, we need water more than we need petroleum. So rocket out of water. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, water coming up. What else do I need to do? Any final touches? Yeah, allow manual use. Make that a 6. I may need to, while we're doing this, is up the weight this a little bit. Where are we with Frost? Over 2 million calories of just Frostburger. So our carbon dioxide line. Oh. Carbon dioxide line can already start loading. If I do want to fire this rocket off today, that will allow us to get that at least loaded with some fuel. But I want some food. Okay, that didn't work. Because power? Ah, I see. Okay, we're holding food in line. I don't like seeing that. Oh, and that's just created an infinite loop. I should not have let this guy, I should have built that down there. But you know what? For now, that's going to be fine. Except it's brought out way too much Frostburger. Oh, shoot. How to fix this situation? I think ultimately that thing just needs to move. Can I trick it temporarily to kind of... Don't touch, don't touch. If I click here quickly, hit undo on that. Didn't work. Didn't work. I do not want all that food to go bad. Let's try again. Okay, they're putting that in there. While that's in the line, if I disconnect this, oh, I don't have a separate power line. If I unclick the then okay, what I really get, the ultimate solution here is this needs to be in a place that is not accessed by that. Oh my goodness, the last little details can always take the longest. I think I'm gonna still try to make this stuff not go bad while we have this conveyor line. I'm gonna load food in this location, figuring why get to whoever's gonna throw food in the rocket have to take off their jet suit. And we've got, okay, so with that setup, let's try this again with an extra piece of wiring. So, Frostburger. That's being thrown into here. I'm going to pause it. This time I'm going to reroute the power to go up that way so we can independently disconnect that guy. And there we are. So we've got our food safely in this very cool area. Might make that minus 28 just to be safe. We'll get rid of that. So our food is in the rocket right now. We've got 500,000 calories. I think that's going to be fine for a test run. I don't know how many cycles I'm going to have the dupes go up in space, but that'll be a few. We're loading in more water. That's going to be important for oxygen. The petroleum we're going to need, we'll maybe worry about that after. That'll be refreshing our suits. Though they're not going to go in and out of space on this mission. If we don't have them do anything like that, then I shouldn't have to be worrying about petroleum, I don't think. Okay. I guess I have to decide who I want to go on this mission. We don't actually have power there, so we'll need to do that. So we've got running water. We've got our food. We've got a nature reserve just for the morale. We've got the ability to refresh our suits. Our main task when we're up in space is run these orbital data collections. Do we have some heat? Oh, that's going to produce a little bit of heat. Oh yeah, we've got that area covered. Okay. I'm going to take a quick little break. I have to decide the 4 dupes that are going to go on this mission. I can see it's already been loaded with carbon dioxide. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Explorer has lots they can do. I'm going to I was going to create a hole in the middle. I'm probably only going to forget it if I create that. Never mind. Let's just leave that. Explorer is fine with that. All right. I'll be back for a test mission. So we are ready to do a test fire here. I'm going to have to decide who I want to send. Wait, well, certainly astronaut. Doctor's smart tube. We'll send them over. Engineer, anyone that can use machinery actually really well is probably going to be good. Oh, explorer, looking a little green. I guess that kind of makes sense. So yeah, who do we got? Engineer, doctor, mechanic would be good. And so that's actually 4. Okay, so why are dupes going inside the rocket? Is there any final work that needs to be done? Oh, they're just using the washroom. All right, I see a little bit of hydrogen at the top. That's going to be fine. I hope. Well, I hope. Let's do it then. Let's summon the crew. 0 of 4. Oh, cool. Shows you how many are on there. 0 at the moment. Courier would have been another good tube to bring in since they've got, I think they got good mech skill. Okay, there's our set of dupes. Where are we going? Not very far. Just a simple test flight up in space. Begin the launch sequence. Oh my goodness. Okay, we finally have our rocket up in space. And okay, so we started the episode with an achievement. We're ending one on achievement before we go too far though. Let me just hit that like that so we can start making databanks. Click on our colony achievements. Space race, launch your first rocket into space. That's pretty much going to be it for today. So they've got some calories to eat. That's not going to go bad. Next time, I'm just going to have this rocket stay up here. These dupes are going to be cranking out some orbital data collections. We could go a little bit further and someone could do, well, kind of further. Maybe, no, that's on future missions. Once we have a Red Bolt engine. What I'm thinking of next, doing next, is nuclear power. So yeah, that I'll be, I guess, technically down 4 dupes, but I think we can. You know what? That's next time's problem. Sajir playing Oxygen not included on hard mode. 2 more achievements down. Let me just end on a quick summary of some of the. Okay. I was gonna say we've done most of them. Okay, most of them are just ones that we haven't completed. More towards the bottom, so there's still quite a bit to go, achievement wise. All right, see you later.